Is Wendy's hiding the truth? Stay tuned to find out if those signature square burgers are just as frozen as the patties from other well-known fast food chains. Sonic has carved out a nostalgic niche in American fast food with its retro drive-in vibe and roller skating car hops. Beyond its famous slushes and cherry limeades, the menu serves up comfort food favorites like tater tots, corn dogs, and mozzarella sticks. While the burger offerings may evolve over time with new toppings and combinations, one element stays the same: the patties arrive frozen. A Sonic employee told MASH that the beef is pulled from the freezer, thawed, and then cooked on the grill. And it's not just the burgers. According to a Reddit AMA from a former worker, nearly everything on Sonic's hot food menu starts out frozen. Despite the image of made-to-order meals and personalized car hop service, much of what's served is simply reheated. Still, that doesn't seem to dampen the brand's popularity. Nostalgia, convenience, and bold flavor combos keep customers coming back.
That's no good.
If you're hoping Sonic will eventually move to fresh meat, there's reason for optimism. In 2021, Scott Uline, the chain's vice president of product innovation and development, told MASH the company is actively exploring that possibility by making incremental yet meaningful ingredient improvements that guests may not immediately notice, but together result in an overall better burger experience. With the switch to lighter buns and heartier patties, fresh beef could be the next step. Carl's Jr. takes pride in its charbroiled burgers, proudly displaying the phrase on many of its signs. Since debuting the famous star in 1941, the West Coast chain has expanded to over 28 countries. Known for juicy, flame-grilled burgers, they promise a satisfying meal that might require multiple napkins. However, despite the flame-grilled cooking method, the patties are not made fresh. According to two Carl's Jr. employees on Quora, one former manager clarified that the patties are not fresh, and therefore not able to be ordered rare, even though they're cooked over an open flame. Sticking to the company's signature grilling style, they use frozen beef for the hamburgers. It goes through the char broiler, like a pizza oven, and comes out perfectly done medium well. They don't cook them rare, and it wouldn't be extra delicious if they did. The burgers would still be partially frozen raw. Another former employee explained that Carl's Jr. patties are cooked using a preset temperature and time. Attempting to bypass this would likely cause the patty to stick, disrupting the broiler. Fortunately, the thick patties retain their juiciness even without the risk of undercooking. Burger King proudly markets its flame-grilled Whoppers, and there's truth to the claim. A former employee revealed on Reddit that the chain uses broilers with flame grills. However, what Burger King doesn't advertise is that the patties used for these burgers are frozen before hitting the grill. Using frozen patties makes sense for a massive chain like Burger King. Transporting fresh meat across the country without risking health concerns, or the need for countless distribution hubs, would be incredibly complicated. Plus, the company's commitment to 100% beef and no preservatives further complicates the logistics of using fresh patties. Despite not advertising freshness, this approach doesn't appear to hurt Burger King's success. As the second-largest fast food burger chain globally, the company boasts impressive sales, including a reported 500 million Whoppers sold in the United States in 2022 alone.
If hamburgers were meant to be frozen, wouldn't cows come from Antarctica?
Wendy's has long boasted about its fresh, never-frozen beef patties, a claim that has set the chain apart since 1969. However, the reality is not as simple as it may seem. While the fast food giant prides itself on serving fresh beef in the mainland US, Alaska, and Canada, this doesn't apply everywhere. In fact, customers in 29 other countries and U.S. territories don't get the same guarantee of fresh patties. Wendy's delivers 12,000 to 14,000 shipments of fresh beef to its U.S. locations each week in refrigerated trucks. But scaling this operation globally would be a monumental challenge, making it impractical to maintain the same level of freshness everywhere. Therefore, while Wendy's stands by its fresh patties in certain regions, the global supply chain limits their reach. Dairy Queen is best known for its sweet frozen treats. Think iconic dilly bars and indulgent blizzards, not necessarily its burgers. While the desserts are a clear draw, the savory side of the menu doesn't enjoy the same reputation. On Quora, one former employee even recommended steering clear of DQ's hot food altogether. They noted that items like sandwiches are kept frozen and only cooked once someone places an order. The employee went on to say, "Almost all of our ice cream products are generally clean, safe, and very delicious. That's what DQ is known for, not food." Though Dairy Queen is best known for its ice cream, it has made efforts to improve its food offerings, most notably with the 2022 launch of 5 different stack burgers. Still, If you're hoping for a shift to fresh beef, don't hold your breath. The company has faced ongoing challenges, including store closures in recent years, and much of that may stem from the high cost of distributing frozen food to its many rural locations. Unlike frozen patties, fresh meat has a much shorter shelf life and tighter delivery windows, which would only complicate logistics further. For now, frozen burgers are here to stay. With over 36,000 locations in more than 100 countries, McDonald's is a global fast food giant. While it's beloved for offering comfort food worldwide, the brand has faced its share of criticism, particularly for the greasy, processed nature of some menu items. However, McDonald's has made strides in offering healthier options, including items made with sustainably sourced fish and freshly cracked eggs. In 2018, the company also made the move to use fresh patties for its Quarter Pounder. Despite this, most of its other burgers still use frozen patties. McDonald's explains that its frozen patties are flash frozen to preserve flavor, and that 2 to 3 weeks may pass between when the patties are made and when they're served. This level of transparency about their frozen beef is rare in the fast food industry, allowing customers to make informed choices. However, if you're ordering a Quarter Pounder based on the promise of fresh patties, it's important to note the fine print. Fresh patties are only available in most of the continental U.S., not in Hawaii, Alaska, or U.S. territories. When you need a fast, budget-friendly meal that covers all cravings, Jack in the Box delivers. With everything from all-day breakfast and burgers to salads, tacos, and even egg rolls, their menu is a quirky mix built to satisfy just about any taste, even for the pickiest eaters.
Let's talk about My Way.
Yeah.
My Way means you can order anything on the menu any time of day.
Jack in the Box may boast an impressively diverse menu, but burgers remain its top sellers. Signature items like the Bacon Ultimate Cheeseburger and the Sourdough Jack continue to draw loyal fans. Though the chain uses 100% beef, it doesn't come fresh. Patties are frozen before cooking. In a Reddit AMA, a Jack in the Box employee revealed that not just the burgers, but nearly everything on the menu arrives frozen. When asked about the freshest item available, their response was surprisingly blunt. Everything is frozen, so there really isn't anything that's fresh. Unless you count the salads, but the chicken that goes into it is frozen. Burger purists might frown at the reheated nature of Jack in the Box's meals, but the chain isn't unique in that approach. And with nearly $1.5 billion in annual revenue, it clearly works just fine. Dunkin' has certainly expanded its menu beyond donuts, offering savory items like hash browns, stuffed bagel minis, and breakfast sandwiches with sausage and turkey patties. However, if you're hoping for fresh meat, you may want to look elsewhere. According to several Dunkin' employees on Reddit, everything, including the donuts, arrives frozen. Fresh meat, while easier to cook than fresh donuts, would be a logistical challenge for Dunkin'. With over 8,500 locations across the U.S., ensuring fresh patties reach all stores consistently would be difficult. Unlike chains like Five Guys or In-N-Out Burger, where fresh meat is a central focus, Dunkin' relies on frozen options to keep its operations running smoothly. Chick-fil-A has pulled off what many fast food chains haven't, consistently serving fresh, never-frozen chicken across its more than 2,600 locations nationwide. This logistical feat has helped the brand build a loyal customer base and rise to become one of the most popular fast food chains in the United States. Long lines and packed drive-thrus are a regular sight, all in pursuit of the chain's famously crispy, juicy chicken sandwiches. However, not everything on the Chick-fil-A menu boasts the same level of freshness. While their chicken gets top billing for being fresh, other ingredients take a more conventional route. For instance, their breakfast biscuits, though freshly baked, often come filled with sausage patties that aren't fresh. According to an employee who spoke with Mashed, these sausage patties arrive frozen and are thawed for at least 24 hours before cooking to ensure even doneness. Though they don't qualify for the same never frozen label as the chicken, these sausage patties still deliver on taste. Salty, savory, and satisfying, they meet the expectations of customers who've come to count on Chick-fil-A for bold, comforting flavors, fresh or not. White Castle doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. Among all the major burger chains, it holds the title of being the first fast food hamburger establishment, revolutionizing the industry when it opened its doors in 1921. Known for its famous sliders and automated production line, White Castle quickly became a nationwide sensation, sparking the fast food boom. Unlike many chains that try to hide the use of frozen meat, White Castle has been transparent about it since 1931, long before they patented their iconic five-hold burger. However, This doesn't mean the quality suffers. White Castle has focused on precision and detail for over a century, making up for its modest size with a commitment to excellence. To achieve its signature flavor, White Castle places frozen patties over a bed of onions and water. This steaming method infuses the sliders with a rich, onion-infused taste instead of grilling. The unique 5-hold patty design, created by an employee in the late 1940s during a surge in demand, allows the patties to cook on both sides simultaneously without flipping. While some might criticize frozen patties, White Castle's cooking method and dedication to its craft have made its sliders a beloved American classic. The results speak for themselves.
Damn, that hit the spot.
That was the best meal of my life.
Mine too.
Say, Starbucks. And most people picture a coffee cup in hand, maybe a classic drip, maybe a trendy pumpkin spice latte. But for early risers looking for more than caffeine, the coffee giant also offers a variety of breakfast items and snacks. Though Starbucks revolutionized fast food coffee with quality and convenience, its approach to food is far less ambitious. Employees have long shared an open secret. Every item you eat at Starbucks, from pastries to protein boxes, is pre-made and frozen before arriving at the store. This includes sausage patties and breakfast sandwiches, and those buttery croissants in the pastry case. Everything is reheated before it reaches your hands. So why do so many customers assume the food is fresh? That's where Starbucks Image does the heavy lifting. With warm lighting, sleek design, and smart merchandising, the brand cultivates an upscale, almost artisanal vibe. Food is often spotlighted in display cases to create an illusion of freshness, and the menu layout is carefully crafted to appeal visually. Some employees on Reddit have joked that customers assume there's a sous vide chef in the back. But these misconceptions aren't accidental. They're the result of carefully engineered marketing and design meant to elevate the experience, even if the food comes from a freezer.